Okay, welcome to Unfiltered Lens, where we're all about genuine, unfiltered conversations. With me today is Winston. Winston is my 2-year-old golden retriever. He's here for emotional support. He's here for emotional support because this is my first episode, and I felt like if I was here alone, I would feel a bit awkward. Really quick, let's get into like how I got Winston since he's here. Look at him. Are you kidding me? Okay. I got Winston 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, something like that. It was right after COVID. Yes, it was right after COVID. I had just moved out. So I moved out of my mom's place for about 2 or 3 years or something like that. And moved in with some roommates and lived on my own with them. I realized moving out on my own, I felt very alone, and a lot of the times my roommates were at work or out and I was mostly home alone, and it felt very fucking lonely, and I got very sad. I moved out and I was like overthinking everything of like whether or not I really should have moved out, if that was like the right choice. But I realized I just needed somebody. My whole life I've lived in a full house, and to go from that to literally just me at times was a bigger transition than I thought, honestly. And so I got him off Craigslist. My dream dog has always been golden retrievers, and I knew I wanted a golden retriever, but I was very specific on what I wanted. Like, I wanted to find a red golden retriever because you don't see many of them, and those are the ones that just like really caught my eye the most. And so on my search for a dog, I kept finding like the white golden retrievers, and I was like, damn, dude, I'm never gonna find a red one. Like, this is the one that I want, but I couldn't find any. And then my sister-in-law, I'm pretty sure it was my sister-in-law, she came across a Craigslist ad where Winston was, and she was like, look, this dude's selling it for this much. It was like 1,200 or something like that, 1,500, I don't know, one of those two. And I was like, dude, let's go. Like, let's go right now and let's go fucking see this puppy because I want this puppy so fucking bad. So we went. I'm pretty sure we ended up going to this guy's house. It was me, my sister-in-law, and her brother. We saw Winston. He was so freaking cute and sweet. Honestly, I'll insert pictures of, if I have the Craigslist ad picture that he had, I'll put it because I know I had it for the longest time. And if not, I'll just add pictures of when Winston was little because he's so freaking adorable and cute. Yeah, I met him. He was so freaking cute and sweet and just like wanted to be with me the whole time that we were there. And obviously that made me fall in love with him. It was a little too much, right? My budget was $1,000. And so I told the guy, I was like, hey dude, like, can you lower the price? I'm a student. Like, I really just want this dog because I live on my own. I don't know. I'm pretty sure I bullshitted him a bunch of stuff. And he was like, okay, let's do this one thing. And I was like, okay. He's like, I like games or something like that. And I was like, okay. And he was like, let's flip a coin. If I get heads, we keep the same price. And if you get tails, then we go your price. And I was like, no, I think he actually had said like $100 more on top of what he said if he wins. And I was like, fuck it. I'm willing to like do it. I'm willing to see if I even get to do it. If I get to win, right? So I did it. This guy is staring at me. This guy, I'm in a parking lot, and this guy just drove by super slow. It just went. So whatever. So yeah, we flipped a coin and I got Mr. Winston. But for today's episode, I wanted to talk about friendships. This is like a big thing that's been like friends and friendships has been like a big thing for me this year. And I'll explain why and why I wanted to do this as like a topic a little bit. So I listen to a bunch of podcasters. Yeah, I listen to a lot of podcasters. I think that's the right word. And in all of these podcasts, rarely do I, and I'm going to just focus actually right now on the gay podcasters that I do listen to. Rarely do I ever hear them talk about friendships and like how to make friends and just pretty much like everything around friends and friendships. They talk about their friendships and their communities and their experiences with that, right? But they don't, I guess they don't cover what I'm looking for, I guess. I think that's like the best way I can like explain that. Okay, so I'm editing this video. Hi, everybody. I realized I'm not making any fucking sense as I was editing this podcast, and I kind of wanted to clear up what I was trying to explain. So my intention with this beginning part was me trying to explain that I watch these gay podcasters and I go with the intention of hopefully finding out and figuring out how is it that they made their gay friends, or listening to based off their experiences if I've tried what they've tried, right? And I don't hear any of that is what I was trying to get at, because for me, I cover it more in the rest of the episode, but for me, it's hard to make gay friends out in real life in public, right? Because I'm looking for, I guess, like a specific people, and I mostly find myself finding, so that by specific people is I'm trying to go and find like feminine presenting gay friends, and I don't see that because it's hard to tell, right? So using dating apps, it was a way for me to know exactly like, okay, this person's gay, and this is how she looks. But while being on these apps, I found myself more finding masculine presenting friends. And so yeah, that was basically what I was trying to say. I don't know why I couldn't just fucking say that in the beginning, but I will let you guys continue listening to the podcast. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today, because that's what I did. Yeah, I made it like an intention this year. I've stopped, by the way. I've stopped, and I'll get into why I've stopped. But I made it an intention to go seek out gay friends, and probably not in the best way, to be honest. The way I went about going and making gay friends was through dating apps. I've made one. So out of all the fucking people that I've met on, actually no, I've made one that really has stuck and I consider to be like a really good friend. But I've made 3 total, if that makes sense, right? So yeah, I went in with the intention this year of making gay friends. Why? Because I don't have gay friends, and if you're gay, and you don't have gay friends and you're surrounded mostly by straight friends and people and family, then you might relate to this. And if you're not gay and none of this applies to you, this doesn't apply to you. But at least for me, I find it very hard to go to my straight friends, and these are people who I like trust with everything and I love, and they're supportive and they're open-minded people, but I find it really hard to go to them and explain and want to talk about certain things that have to do with either relationships or like dating or literally fucking anything that has to do with two gay individuals. I don't know how to explain that really well, but I find it hard because they don't understand and they don't get it. Yeah, so I made it an intention to go seek gay friends on dating apps. Was that the smartest idea? I don't think so. Like I said, I think dating apps are specifically for dating and hooking up for sure. I'm gonna stand by that shit for sure, because that's all people on here wanted. I would be so clear that I just wanted a friendship, and we had people on there who wouldn't listen or didn't care to listen or didn't care for what I had to say, which is fucking amazing. But yeah, it's been hard, and I've only really made one friend, which, by the way, she's already told me that she's down to be on this podcast. So it would be really cool I think it's going to be really cool to have her on here and kind of like talk about how we met and why we clicked and why she's so cool, because she is really cool and sweet. But yeah, I found it even harder. Like, okay, first of all, let's talk about the fact that the reason why why I felt like it was easiest to go and find friendships on this dating app is because I'm a feminine presenting gay. Okay? And it's not the easiest to find out in the real world friends who are feminine presenting gays too, right? You can easily, I guess you can easily, right? I'm not gonna fucking be so stereotypical. Whatever. You can easily point out a fucking like a masculine gay person. You can definitely point these bitches out, okay? Not the feminine presenting ones, okay? Most of the time people don't think I'm gay. And not that I'm like flagging it around, like showing it off, being like, I'm gay, right? I'm not that type of person. But sometimes I think I dress gay, and then that's not it. And yeah, people get shocked every time I tell them that I'm gay. So this is why I decided to go and use the apps, because I was like, okay, people on these apps are clearly stating they are gay. I will match with those who I like want to. I will match with those who I want to, and just be super fucking clear. But like I said, they would not care for what I had to say, I guess. Or I don't know. Maybe I'm gonna cut this off. I was gonna say maybe I'm just too cool. I don't fucking know. No, I'm not. I'm fucking not. I'm not. But it's been hard. It's been hard. And no one really tells you how to go about making gay friends. And I've come to the point where I'm done with it. I'm not doing it anymore. I realize that it's almost like if you go out and seek a relationship, you're not going to find a good relationship. And I don't know what in me didn't realize this before. I guess I had to be in it and go through it to really fucking understand. But that's what I see it as. I'm like, dude, that's why it's not working out. That's why I'm getting shitty fucking people. Because if I'm seeking out friendships and forcing it, right? Because it's not like I'm forcing. I'm not telling people, be my friend, right? But it's almost like I'm forcing it. I'm forcing it because my intentions are there. Like, I'm going for it. I'm meeting these people. Like, I just want a friendship. Because I'm forcing it, I'm not getting good people because I'm like so excited to just want to make friends, right? That doesn't work. Don't do it. Don't fucking do it, please. If you want to meet gay friends, it'll fucking come naturally. I think that's what I've learned. Honestly, these past 5 months, that's what I've learned. And so I'm done. I'm fucking done trying to make friends off dating apps. I was like, now looking at it, I'm like, that's like the stupidest thing I could have done. And so I don't recommend that. I don't know how I'm gonna make gay friends. But when it happens, it happens. But I just feel like this type of topic isn't talked about as much. Like, and I understand a little bit why now, but when I find and when I have my gay friend little group or whatever, I'm gonna be really happy. But that's just gonna take time, like everything in this fucking world. It fucking takes time, I guess. I think the biggest thing that I've also realized with that is how much I appreciate my friends. Like, again, I would talk to them about this too, how I feel like there's certain things I can go to them about and certain things I can't, which sucks and blah, 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 right? Me complaining. But it's really made me like appreciate them. It's made me also like see how, I guess, almost like picky I am, because as I was in these apps, like I would realize how picky I was in the sense of like picking out like what kind of friend I was looking for, because as you get older, you obviously don't tolerate a lot of shit anymore. You just don't. When I actually did have this kind of conversation with a friend, I was telling her how like I realized I'm fucking picky when it comes to making gay friends. I'm like, and I'm not trying to be rude. I'm not a mean person. Like, if you know me, you know I'm a good person. But there are just a lot of expressive I'm trying to be really nice, guys. I don't want like my first video to already fucking be people, if whoever is watching, fucking hating me, right? But there are a lot of gays out there who are very expressive and very make it their personality, make gay being their personality. And I'm not that. And the two gay friends who I consider to be really close and important people in my life, they know that. And they are not like that. They are more like me, more laid back, more chill, more just, yeah, I'm gay and that's kind of it. Like, I don't need to make a big scene out of it. And most people aren't like that, right? And so it just makes me see how there's certain things that I really like look for. For me, what I look for in friends, I think is very important. And I think that's important in whether you're looking for gay friends or straight friends or whatever the fuck, just friends in general, right? Like, it's not bad to be picky about the type of people you want in your life, like, at all. I don't think that's a thing at all. Like, I think you want to surround yourself, and you hear it a lot when you're younger too, but you don't realize it until you're older, but you want to surround yourself with the right people. You want people who are going to motivate you, who are going to be matching your energy, who are going to be I don't know, at least for me, matching my personality, being non-fucking judgmental, being respectful, and like, and these are just like basic, like, surface level things. Obviously there's like deeper ones, right? Like, I want people to have the same humor as me, because there's a lot of gullible people out there. I am a sarcastic bitch and I love like dark humor so fucking much. And there are a lot of people, I'm realizing after 5 months of meeting tons of people, which is so exhausting too, that yeah, it's not as easy as it looks. It really is. Like, it's been an eye-opener for sure. Like, don't fucking force anything, Jay. Like, Jesus Christ. But yeah, I think it's important, and it's not a bad thing to be picky when it comes to finding out like who your friends are. And this isn't like me trying to give advice on how to make friends, because clearly I don't know. I think this is more of like, when this episode comes out, if you guys have any tips for me that isn't dating apps and on making gay friends who are chill, who are who are not super out there with being gay, who are more laid back and chill and just going with the flow, you guys let me know. And I will maybe try it if it doesn't take up too much energy, because geez, I give a lot of it the last 5 months, and I'm good. I'm pretty good, honestly. The train is passing by, and I don't know if you guys can hear the rumbling or not. And when I think of like how I've like evolved the type of people and accepted the type of people that I allow in my circle, because okay. Let me make sense. If you know me, you know that I have a hard time trusting people. I do. I wouldn't say I'm like super closed off. Like, I will make, like, if I meet someone new, I'm gonna make them feel comfortable. Obviously, it'd be weird if I didn't. If I was a bitch, that would be fucking messed up, right? Like, so I'm gonna make people feel comfortable as much as I can, but I'm not gonna like open up right away. Like, hell no. And there's a lot of people who come to me and open up a lot, because I guess I give that kind of vibe. I don't know, which is fine. I'm just not that person. And it takes a minute for me to really trust you. Unless like you make me feel, there's certain people, because one of my friends, Julie, like, I opened up to her so quick because she made me feel like I can trust this girl. So unless you're like that, then okay, I'll like open up and I'll trust you. But yeah, I realized how much I'm as I'm growing, how much I'm accepting and how much I'm not accepting when it comes to people and how they act. And my friend Julie really, like, me and her, we have our like deep conversations, and she's the one who tells me this all the time. She tells me, when people show you who they are, believe them. Like, fucking believe them. And that's with relationships, with friendships, with like literally anyone. When they show you who they are, fucking believe them. And I'm really seeing that because, like I said, these scenarios, these are things that have been happening, trying to meet and find friends, are crazy. But yeah. Okay, I can tell you guys about, I feel like I'm like all over the place with this. I may or may not use this. Honestly, I want you to feel like you're my friend. And how I have these bitches here sitting with me, talking to me about things. Someone's gonna tow my shit? No. He's just right. Oh. You guys, a tow truck just passed by, and so I'm like parked, not in a parking spot either. I'm parked like diagonally. There's parking spots like this way, and I'm just here because there's like a little tree post thing here. So if there were cars here, I wouldn't park here because they'd obviously back into me. My point being that there was a tow truck that just circled around, right? Because I'm on the edge, I'm on the corner, I'm on that little U tip thing. And he looked at me, and then he stopped right in front of me. And I thought he was going to back up and tow my shit. But then he just continued. That was scary. What was I going to say? I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, I want this to feel like you guys are here with me and we're just chatting. We're chatting it up. Because that's usually what I do in here. These are going to get better. I promise. I'm just nervous. I'll leave it with one of many crazy ass fucking stories from these past 5 months of how I've been trying to make gay friends. I'm going to tell you one of the horrifying stories that I had to fucking go through. So back in December, I made a friend and I thought she was so cool. I was like, oh my God, like we like the same shit. You're funny. You get my, oh shit. No, I just got my lashes done. No, I literally just got my lashes done today. What a fucking idiot. Anyway, I met this girl. She was on phone and in person between her and I, because I had met her in person. It was dope. I had clearly stated the fact that I was not looking for hookups or relationships. I was simply looking for a friendship. I had also told her about a previous bad experience I had with another girl. And I was like, she didn't listen. Trying to fucking hint like, hey, I'm serious when I say I just want a friend. Please, I just want a friend. So I had met this girl and it was a vibe. It was cool. I liked her so much. And I was like, oh, dude, you're going to be like my bestie. You're going to be my gay bestie. Like, yay. I vibed with her so much that I invited her out New Year's Eve, right? My group, we decided to go to a club where one of my friends who is a DJ, was going to be DJing at this club. And he was like, pull up. And we were like, okay, yeah, hell yeah. I have never done that. First of all, I'm Mexican. So a lot of holidays have to be with family. If you're not with family, you're a piece of shit. No. If you're not family, like, what the fuck? Like, why? Right? So for me, the past 3 years? Yeah. The past 3 years, I was in a relationship. So it was like I was either spending New Year's with them or spending New Year's with my family, right? So, I had never done that. I'd never gone out and celebrated New Year's single or at a club. Like, this was first time. And it was perfect because my mom was spending New Year's in Mexico. So there was no way I was even going to get shamed or yelled at for going out and spending New Year's with friends, right? So I was like, we had this whole plan. I ended up telling them, like, is it okay if I invite her? And they were like, yeah, of course they're gonna say yeah. They're like, oh, you made a friend. Like, sure, why not? Like, I think actually low key, my best friend Aaliyah, and if Aaliyah, if you're watching this, you can tell me later on, because I've never asked you. But I think she low key was like, oh no, don't bring a bitch. But I don't know. I don't know what she was thinking. Nonetheless, I invited her. And I told her, we're not planning on getting fucked up. We're really just going to vibe and chill. Like, we're going to pregame and we're going to, drink a little bit. But we're not crazy. We're not the chaotic kind. Like, so just, it should be a chill night. And she was like, yeah, totally. Like, that's fine. Like, yeah, I'm down. I don't have any plans. And I'm like, dope. Great. Cool. New Year's Eve comes and we pregame at my best friend's house. And we take a couple shots, a couple mixed drinks, and a couple. I'm telling you guys, it was a couple. I had one shot. I think she might have had two. And I had a drink. I had a mixed drink. I had beer, I think. I don't know. I had a little bit. I don't really drink a lot anymore, guys. So we all really didn't drink a lot. No one was like buzzing it like hard. We were all still good. We actually were having way too much like fun pre-gaming and being stupid at my best friend's house that we ran out of, like, we didn't realize the time. And we were supposed to be there by, I think we had said like 10:30 we should be there by. And we didn't get there till like literally minutes before midnight. Like, we were so stupid. And it was so hard to get Ubers that night because people are obviously like celebrating New Year's Eve, that we were able to get one, and we had to get my best friend's cousin to drive us. I was like, whatever I was going to give the Uber, like, I'll give to you for gas. Like, can you just take us? And he did. He was really nice. Like, it was so chaotic because we were like, oh, fuck, it's like 10:30 already. And this club was in LA. So it was like we had a drive to go, and we ended up getting there literally minutes before the countdown. We got in. Also, oh my God, this girl was a mess from the beginning. We got there and she forgot her phone, I think, at my friend's house where her ticket was, because we had to pay to get in. And we're like, dude, there's no fucking way you left your phone, and we are minutes before New Year's hit, like minutes before midnight, right? Like, fuck. Well, I don't know how one of my friends did it. She just she got her in. We got in and we went straight to the bar because with our tickets, you could get a champagne, right? Or yeah, I think it was champagne, a glass of champagne to toast for when like New Year's hit or when midnight hit. And so we get it. We're walking to like where the crowd is, where everyone is, and boom, the countdown starts. And the countdown happens. We all say Happy New Year's, and then we end up going to the dance floor. It's really fucking crowded, and this girl, I don't know if like, again, like we really didn't drink here either. Like, yes, the DJ gave us a bottle at some point, but I don't think she took a shot out of it. Like, if I'm really trying to remember correctly, like this girl, I don't think this girl had that many drinks, and maybe she was a lightweight. But let me tell you guys something. Look, if you are going with new people somewhere and you're meeting these new people for the first time and you just met the new friend, like we hung out a couple times, why would you get fucked up? Why would you go and act out with new people who you don't know? What if we were horrible people? What if we were the type to just abandon you? We're not. Thank fucking God. Thank God that we're not. Because I feel like if it was anyone else, the way that this girl was behaving would have pissed people off to the point where they would have just left her. I kid you not. This thing, guys, it's just crazy. So we're in the dance floor. Mind you, at this point, I think like maybe an hour in, and my sister comes to me and she's like, your friend is being annoying to me and our friend Kevin. And I'm like, what? Like, really? Where the fuck is she? And so I was like, fuck, sorry. And so I get her and I'm like, hey, like, stay over here. Stick by me. Don't fucking bug my friends, basically. Right? I didn't say that yet, but I was like, stick by me, you know? Well, fucking damn. I wish I wouldn't have fucking said that, because when I said that, she ended up coming over to me and we were like, well, we were all in a circle, so we were all dancing. It's not like me and her were dancing, but we were all dancing. And then I don't know what gave her the right, what she thought, when she thought it was okay to like wrap her arms around me like we were dating, biting me, like, that was weird. She like nibbled, like bit me. Oh, he's over my shit. She bit me, like gentle bit me on my shoulder, and I was like, what the fuck? Why are you biting me? Like, it was just weird. And I don't know, man. So she was doing that, and I was just trying to like ignore it at this point, because I'm like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to like really do? I didn't know what the fuck to do then. So I was like, whatever. Like, I'd rather you bug me and irritate me than irritate my friends, right? We're dancing. It's a couple more minutes pass by, and then out of nowhere, again, we're in a circle. Out of fucking nowhere, she is staring at my friend who got her in. Okay. And it still shocks me that she did this. I'm literally on this side. She's right here. My friend is across from me. There's someone else here. I forgot who. I think it might have been my sister. It might have been my best friend. I don't know. Someone was here. And she's staring at her. And she reaches out and chokes her. Like, not fucking like forcefully chokes her, but does the like this. And I am shocked. I sober the fuck up. Not that I was drunk, but I like, it was like, no. Right? I grab her hand. I fucking push it down. I turn to her and I go, keep your fucking hands to yourself. Don't fucking do that. Don't touch my friends like that. And the fucking like mad stare that she gave me. And I was like, you're pissed? What the fuck do you have to be pissed for? I'm fucking pissed. Don't touch my fucking friends. And that pissed her off, I guess, because then she like wandered off with other crowds. And I was like so over it by this point. Mind you, I am not the type to leave people, okay? She is my responsibility. I invited her, but I was not about to go and chase her down. I just needed to keep eyes on her, make sure she wasn't acting a fool too much, because she was having a blast with these other groups. And I was like, dude, fucking go. I don't even give a fuck. She was having a fucking blast with them. So I was like, as long as I see you're okay, as long as I see you're still here, that's it. By the time we leave, you get home and you're not my responsibility anymore. We leave and it gets worse. It gets worse. I kid you not. It gets worse. So my sister ends up picking us. She ends up picking us up. I have two sisters, by the way. So one's with me. She's a year older than me. And then the oldest one, she picked us up. And we get to my best friend's house. And I'm telling her, like, I didn't even tell her. Everyone's already like, okay, I'm driving home. I'm this, I'm that. Like, everyone's getting home how they need to get home. No one's fucked up. I want to emphasize that. No one is fucked up. Somehow, only she is. I don't know how, but only she is fucked up, apparently. I tell her, she's sitting on the chair in like the patio furniture. She's sitting in the patio furniture chair. and she's like knocking out. And I'm like, hey dude, like, you gotta go. Like I'm gonna call you an Uber. And she's like, no, I'm gonna stay here. And I'm like, the fuck you are? I'm like, no, you're not. You can't stay here. She's like, can I sleep inside? I'm like, no, you can't. There's no room for you. I'm not even staying here. I'm like, so no, you can't. I'm sorry. Like, I'll order you an Uber. You clearly can't drive. And that's how you're going to get home. I told her to give me her address. But when I tried to order an Uber, it wouldn't let me. I think because it was like New Year's Day and people weren't working anymore. Like I couldn't even input an address. I have no idea why. That's the first time I've ever seen that happen. But so then I was like, fuck, I can't order it. So I was like, fuck, okay, I'm just gonna have to take this chick home. Mind you, this is 3 in the morning. 3 in the morning. Okay? And I tell her, okay, I'm taking you home. Like, let's go to my car. I get my keys. She gets her keys and her wallet and her phone and all the stuff, right? And she hops on, she goes to her car, but she hops in her passenger seat. And I'm like, what are you doing? She's like, you're taking me home. And I'm like, yeah, in my car. What do you mean? How the fuck am I supposed to get home? Like, I'm actually saying this to her. And she's like, oh, well, you could just spend the night with me. And I said, nope. That's not happening. Go get in my car now. And she was parked behind me, by the way. So she gets out. She goes, sits in the passenger seat of my car. We're in this car, everybody. We're in this car. And I'm like, okay, put in your address. And she has the phone and she's like typing. And I'm like, fuck, like, hurry the fuck up, right? And I see that she's like typing numbers and then erasing. And then typing numbers and then erasing. And I'm like, do you not know your address? And she's like, yeah, I do. I do know my address. And then I see that she's putting the address of the club. She knew the name of the club. So she put in the name of the club. And I swipe my phone back. I go, that's not your address. That's the club. We're not going back to the club. What is your address? And she starts telling me numbers. Slowly. I don't even fucking remember the numbers. And then she gives me her address. So then I'm like, fuck. Okay, finally. Like, we can fucking go. From my friend's house to Huntington Beach, another fucking, 30-minute drive. It's 3 a.m. I wanted to sleep. I wanted to go inside my friend's house because I was sleeping over. I lied to the bitch and I wanted to fucking sleep. But here I was. I don't mean to yell. I'm so sorry if this is fucking loud. I just want to emphasize how irritated I was. And I wanted to fucking sleep. But here I was, 3 a.m., taking this fucking drunk bitch home. Because she couldn't handle herself. I don't fucking know. And so, I drive to the destination that she gave, from the address that she gave me. I drive to this destination. 2 times on the road, she told me, as we were reaching literally like 6 minutes away from the destination, because I'm seeing it on my GPS, she tells me, turn here. No, you want to turn here. And I'm like, why am I going to listen to a drunk person? Why? That's stupid. You gave me an address. I'm going to follow this address. And that's exactly what I actually told her. I didn't say drunk person, but I was like, you're drunk. Why am I going to pay attention to you? You gave me the address. Like, how do I know, you know? And I just kept driving. I was fucking over it. I was so over it by this point. I didn't care if I was being rude to her at this point. We get to the destination and she goes, I was like, where is it? Because it made me stop at a stop sign. There was houses. It was a residential area, but it made me stop at a stop sign. I was like, which house is it? And she was like, oh, turn left here. And I was like, okay, here you go, turning fucking left. And then she's like, go straight and then turn right again. And I'm like, okay, so I'm driving. I'm fucking going right again. And she's like, yeah, just keep going straight. We're on a main street at this point. And I'm like, so that wasn't your address. That's not where your house is. And she's like, no, but it's like 5 minutes from here. And I'm like, what? I'm like, how do I know that? I'm putting myself in danger because this bitch is drunk and doesn't know how to handle her shit. How do I know she's not bad? How do I know she's not faking it? And how do I know by the time I get to this address, I'm not going to be fucking taken out by force by some people? I don't fucking know. So much shit happens that you none of this could be a surprise because so many crazy scenarios and shit happens all the time that you hear about. You know what I mean? Like, if we didn't hear about the shit, a lot of you would probably be like, girl, you really think that would happen? But because so much happens, I don't know. I have no fucking idea. So I'm panicking. I'm stressed. I'm scared. Sun's going down too, by the way, so I have to wrap this shit up. But I'm scared. And we get to the fucking house. Thank God none of that obviously happened. I'm here. Duh, but but we get to the house and she's like, you don't want to come inside? And I'm like, no, I really don't. Go to your house. Go. and she takes off and I finally go home. I get home at like 4:30 or something. I don't fucking know. It was super fucking late. And I go home and the next day I shoot her a text and I go, the fact that you put your hands on my friends is unacceptable. If you don't know how to handle yourself while being intoxicated, maybe you shouldn't fucking drink. I went off on this bitch. Cause why not? Why wouldn't I go and tell her off after she put her hands on my friend? And if anyone defends this bitch, you're wrong. And that's it. And that's fucking it. Yeah, that happened. And I can't believe that happened because, like I said, I made it so clear. Anyway, that's it for today, guys. I'm going to be recording another episode probably soon. You guys can expect a weekly episode on here. I'm going to have guests. I hope you guys stick around. I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. It was a lot of me rambling and chatting. A lot of it probably won't make any sense. I promise they're gonna get better. This is new to me. This is new to me and I'm not used to this. I'm good at having conversations and I'm getting into deep conversations. I'm also turning red and shy for some reason. But I don't know. I've always wanted to do, I've always wanted to have like a project of my own. And this is like what I can do at the moment, right? Because I'm, for those of you guys also who don't know, I'm a videographer and I work for different companies. Well, I work with one company now, but I am in charge of being their videographer and making social media content for their businesses. And when you do that, it's a lot of it's my work, but it's for other people, right? And so I wanted to make something that was for myself and I could be proud of this thing. And it's new, but I'm very, very, very excited for this. And yeah, we'll see you guys on the next episode. My hair looks crazy. Okay, bye. Attention all animal lovers in Orange County, LA County, and San Bernardino County. If you're looking to add a furry friend to your family, be sure to check out at Saving Los Cachorritos on Instagram, created by my sister-in-law. This page aims to shine a light on dogs in need of forever homes. You'll find all the links to follow me and this podcast in the description.